Beverly Hills. A party is going on at Cooper's house, but there are so many stars here. There are several parties every day, and people are not surprised. With all kinds of food and drinks in the living room and a barbecue rack on the lawn in the backyard, it's mid to late May and the weather is starting to get hot, and there's nothing better than eating barbecue with a cold beer. Everyone gathered around Eric to cheer and celebrate his recovery and discharge from the hospital. Brother Joshua Cooper came up and said with a smile, "It's not bad. It's a professional for me to do a party, but it's a pity that there are no hot girls. Our mother is still too conservative. I really miss the cheerleaders of the team." "Eric," I said a long time ago, "you should go to San Francisco. I can introduce you to Billy Whitman. That chick will definitely be smitten by you. She's the size of F." Eric raised his eyebrows at the old brother who pimped himself. "Come on, Joshua. If you wake up and your mother finds two girls lying next to her father, the first thing she will do is to peel off her skin." It's not for nothing that Eric said this here. It's not too simple to find hot girls, and young models and marginal actors don't mind taking on private jobs. But some women don't come for that kind of pay. They know very well that this is Beverly Hills, and they know better who Shaylee Cooper is, and the MGM CEO is unattainable for many people, which also means that they can get a lot of oil and water. And all they have to pay is their skin and body. In Hollywood, this pile of meat is the least valuable, and many people are willing to exchange their bodies for opportunities. By the way, the people I asked you to find, did they all come? Here, those little brothers are quite positive. The farthest people in New Jersey, knowing the news of your recovery, came by plane last night. Of course, we're good friends. After a while of chatting with everyone, Eric came to the backyard, where several young men and women were chatting and farting, leaving only a fat man sitting alone in the corner eating barbecue. Eric walked over to the fat man and sat down, and the other party raised his head, swallowed the barbecue in his mouth, and punched him in the chest. "Eric Cooper, you bastard, I knew you couldn't die." Eric smiled and clapped his hands with the fat man. "Warren, I haven't seen you for a short time. How do you feel that you have become fat again?" Warren suddenly felt that the barbecue in front of him was not fragrant. "How is it possible? I have been losing weight since graduation. I weighed yesterday. I have lost 5 pounds. If it weren't for celebrating your recovery, I would never have slammed these high-calorie foods today." "Yes? It seems like the base is too big. You need to lose at least 50 pounds. Well, the two were talking. 2 men and a woman approached next to them, and Warren immediately put on a stinky face and mocked. "Haha, look who is this?" His taunts apparently had no effect, though, as a girl with bulging muscles in her arm clenched her fist, and Warren immediately shut up. These 4 men and 1 woman are naturally Eric's best friends, and the 5 of them have partnered to rent a villa off campus. In addition to Eric and Fat Warren, there are 2 brothers, Bordages and Billages, and the last one is the sister Judy Newhouse. Among them, Warren is a native of Los Angeles, but his family is ordinary. The Guy's brothers come from a Texas farming family. Judy was born in New York, but she has deep conflicts with her family, so she doesn't like to mention her family. As for why a girl lived with 4 young and strong young men, and there were no fanciful stories. That's because Judy is a lace edge, and she's a pure attacker, which can be seen from her well-proportioned abs, and once a fight starts, none of the 4 of them is a match for Judy's chick. On the 2nd floor of the villa, Eric's room. "Tell me, get us here, what's your plan?" Warren asked. At this moment, he is not like the greedy fat boy just now, and his glasses reveal a cunning essence. The Guy's brothers stared at Eric like Judy. As high-achieving students with IQs higher than ordinary people, they knew very well that if it was really just to celebrate the discharge from the hospital, there was really no need to go to great lengths to gather all 4 of them. Especially New Jersey and Los Angeles have already crossed the United States, flying all the way over. What to do? "I have a plan and I need your help." "What's the plan?" asked Judy, grinning as she lay on Eric's bed. Right now I have $10 million in my hands, and my goal is to make that number $1 billion in a month.
As soon as the
words fell, there were immediately 4 more friends in the room who were breathing heavily. Although I studied finance, I have also dissected a large number of examples of rich people starting businesses, and I can often see tens of billions of dollars in books, but those are just numbers. What is really handled by them, let alone 10 million US dollars? There are no $100,000. OMG. Are you telling the truth? Warren took a few steps back, looking incredulous. I'm looking for you. Is it for a joke? Although the Guy's brothers' family background is relatively good, it belongs to their parents, and they want to inherit the property for a few more decades, not to mention whether there is 10 million. Maybe they have 2 eyes widened. Only Judy was unfazed, lying on the bed swallowing lollipops. Where did you get $10 million? Bordeaux asked. Eric pointed to the door. My dad. Would you want me to rob the bank? What a strong and generous man. If anyone is willing to give me 10 million, no, even 1 million, let me lick his ass. It's normal for Billy to have such feelings. For people with ideals and ambitions, there is nothing more painful than the lack of initial funds, let alone licking the ass. There are a lot of people who are willing to do it when they eat shoes. Judy sighed. A group of unproductive men. Eric, tell me about your plan. I really can't think of how to multiply this number by 100 times in a month. There is no such lucrative industry in the world, even if it is illegal. Judy is right. The law has long recorded that the profession of making a lot of money, such as selling white noodles, is indeed possible to achieve 100 times. But the premise is that Eric must have a huge armed base, planting base, processing base, and sales network, and at the same time open up various joints. There can be no government and police interference, and there can be no middlemen to make the difference. Otherwise, the profit will be greatly reduced. This kind of thing is just thinking about it. It's impossible. Eric, on the other hand, turned on the TV and adjusted it to the sports channel, and the screen was a warm-up advertisement for the Japan-South Korea World Cup. This is my plan, bet on football.